months ago, the EFF radio channel was crowded with people. People laughed, people were informed. Then it all stopped. The winter shrouded the radio channel in darkness of life for all that time. But one day, that changed. And that day is today. Welcome to EFF Radio, episode 12.
That was an epic intro courtesy of Vulcan. And
What's up, peeps?
hello, everybody. My name is Mushu, as some of you were accustomed with in the past. I don't know. And my co-host. I think I'm going to get used to this. So if he wants, I will ask him more and more. With my co-host Vulcan.
What's up, peeps?
And yes, that was an awesome intro.
Thanks.
So things are not going as planned, shall we say?
I disagree. I think everything is calming down lately.
I don't know. I mean,
Well, no one is leaving lately, so that's good.
what?
And there aren't that much, what is it called? That much discussions going on about.
Yeah.
By the looks of it, that is.
Yeah, comparing to the period before.
Yeah.
So.
But it has been different, of course.
Yeah. Last episode was October, now we're in March, and we have quite a lot of things to discuss. So, the first thing, I don't know how many of you realize that and how many of you don't. We are back on GA++. And that was my amazing clock. Vulcan, what are your thoughts on GA++?
Well, at first I was thinking, well, what is that crap? Because, well, the first time we tried it, most people disliked it. And, well, it took me some time to adapt to it. It took me some time to get used to the idea that it's the end of an era, because well, as you understand, Jedi Plus is Jedi Plus is going back a long time with Jedi Academy. It's basically if you install Jedi Academy, you also install Jedi Plus, and well, that the idea that they changed Jedi Plus was like they changed the entire game for me, and that's well, basically it's true if you think about it, because it's like 50% of the entire game for most clans out there. But yeah, I came back to Jedi Academy obviously, and I thought, well, maybe I should just let go of that thought. Let's move on and let's give it a try. And I have to say that it isn't that bad. There are still some bugs, but I think that if the developers can work on it, it becomes maybe as good or even better than Jedi Plus was. So even for today, and maybe some enhanced graphics and well, things like that, enhanced stability, of course, and some anti what is it, hacker systems. So that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah. I have to say myself that I don't really care that much what version we have. I mean, it can be JA plus, it can be JA plus plus, but looking back to that moment when we were shot at with attacks, that that was the moment when I started asking myself that we should really change the security or just learn how to counterattack those things, and I couldn't really stand those. And then GA plus plus came along, and I remember when Morabis asked me to test some things for him, and I really liked how it felt, being able to duel with melee and things like that, or just hang off a cliff, or doing just, yeah, as Tech said in the other episode, just uh, letting the AM Harlem do its work. Um, Now when I go on the server, it's all roll stabs and just I don't know.
Yeah, some things do look are a little bit off. If you think about it, a rolling step can, of course, well, kill you instantly if it was in real life. But we're talking about Jedi Academy. Most things don't really suit in like a real deal.
Yeah, I mean you can't really fly in real life, so
Yeah, that too. But I think it's a little bit overpowered. Some things are a little bit overpowered, and some blocks appear to be a little bit weird. For example, the parry with the red style. For example, when someone hits your saber and there are sparks, and if you click attack right in that moment with the sparks, you can do an instant attack or so. But that well, if you hit someone at the right moment with that, you can kill someone instantly with one hit, like 200 HP or so.
whoa.
So it's very overpowered if you time it right.
Yeah, well, I mean not myself. Me and Tremor, I guess we discovered the roll stab and we started killing each other, and it was so much fun because I don't know, some things just have the blessing to make you burst in laughter and just almost die from laughter. I remember, and that's the thing we will cover a bit a bit later. Um, it's it's about the fun you get in playing the game more than um, I don't know, taking the game as something very serious and
Yeah, of course.
yeah. So
But that counts for most games, of course.
yeah, yeah. Um, well, we can't say that it's a bad thing because moving on, we have. I mean, I don't know if I just realized uh, after I did not connect onto the server for like 2 months or so. I connected in February and I was shocked that this game, after the recovering of the master server, this particular server, that is our server,
It's the
had,
most popular.
yes,
Yeah.
no, not just that, we had an activity peak. I mean,
What is it called again? It was Humble Dumble. Humble Dumble had this action going on.
so
And I'm looking at this graph here. Wait, I'll show you. You can see this for you for your listeners out there. You can go to SteamDB, steamdatabase.info, and you can Google. You can search for Jedi Academy and see a graph of the activity peak of that is of players playing Jedi Academy on Steam right now, and you can see how active the entire thing is. So, for example, you can see that on Saturday, February 7th, there were 989 players, and well, you can see in the rest of the time that the most well, there was one huge activity peak back in, let's see, May 3rd of last year, but the activity peak in February has lasted longer than well, I think for about years to come. And the average player count now is back to around 500, 250 again. But you can see that there are some players that still play the game and just don't just bug the game, play it at once, and then drop it again. But they're still a higher average than it once was. So that's pretty cool to see.
and I remember being on server and Fluffy connected, and at some point he tried to connect many times, but the server was full. So that means
Yeah.
32 people on our server. I mean, oh my god, that's a lot. Or wait, was it 23?
We have like 32, I think. 32 is the max
Yeah,
for
32.
players, yeah.
And just that thing just coming on the top of me, just reconnecting on our server, that was a shock. I mean, I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah, that didn't happen for quite a while. I can remember that it first happened with me, and that was back in 2010, during the beginning of the summer holidays, and a lot of people just wanted to play, and then well, there were like 32 players out on the server, and a friend of mine, Exilian, he was also he ran a Magic Dragon, and he told me then that there was one guy leaving, and he said, "Well, you have to join because there are 32 players active at the moment, including Fluffy and Apophis. So you have to join. You just have to join." So, so I dropped everything and joined, but there was one crazy party going on.
Yeah,
And the same thing happened, well, last time in February. So that's pretty cool.
that was quite interesting. Well, that's in the history books now. Moving on, um, I I can't really relate the this topic to the activity peak, but we had a lot of kicks, multiple kicks from our clan, and
Maverick, Nico, and what is he called? Is Blood or so? Blood Balls. Est.
I mean,
And yeah, well,
yeah, um, what these people?
and let's see, Kali got kicked as well.
Oh, well, okay,
Since last time.
yeah, yeah, and I don't understand, and I don't know if I'm the only one that doesn't understand behaviors. Why should you just be an asshole when you can be a normal guy that can enjoy the game?
I think there is just some people that like to live on the edge or so. Like, yeah, either that or there are some people who just, well, have shit on the rules, as you well, most can people can agree on me that just like to well, forget about the rules and just do things without thinking, and then well, they go out flaming or arguing with people, making a mess, and then well, they have to pay for the consequences.
Yeah,
So I think, well, justice served, of course. If you just break the rules, it's you can you get kicked. That's how things goes.
yeah, and I don't know if I don't know what this is connected with, but we have people coming and going in. I mean, Osmium just joined the clan. I don't know when that was, and leaving on 3rd of March, and things like that. I mean, why does it happen? Why do people come and just leave?
I think that's because most people can just handle some other people. That's my idea. That some people, for example, well, if you look at the last at a few leaving topics, GMP is mentioned a lot, and well, some other people are mentioned as well. Let's see, Goku was mentioning GMP obviously, and well, some people just leave because they think they don't have the time for it. Like sometimes I can agree with it, but sometimes I just think, well, it's just bullshit that you just leave because you can't agree with people. It's basically if you disagreeing with people, agreeing and disagreeing, for me it's part of the clan. It's part of being in a clan. If you're in a clan, you always have some people that you disagree with. And if you leave because you are disagreeing with some people, well, what type of person are you then?
So that's why you invited some, if I invited everybody, that is, to just speak their minds, or how was it? I don't remember.
Yeah, my challenge you're mentioning, I
Yeah,
think.
yes, yes, that's.
Well, I think that that well, there are some people, I'm not going to call names. I think that if I think that the people who are listening to this now can feel directed at. But yeah, there are some people who just go into run into battle if yeah, if you know what I mean. They just they speak their mind out loud, and sometimes it makes sense and sometimes it doesn't. And some people, other people, just disagree with it. And well, when they disagree with someone, it's not like, well, I disagree with you, but I'll just leave the case. But they say, I'm disagreeing with you, and you're either asshole or you're just ignorant, you're a hypocrite or things like that. You're just calling names. Um they say, well, you're you're just being a dick for not agreeing with me. And I think, well, we all have to agree together that everyone is different and everyone can have a different degree and different opinions and everyone has different ideas. That's what makes this clan strong, all those different ideas. And if you just flame someone because he has a different opinion than you, then um, well, you only make yourself weaker in a way that you're not open for different ideas. For example, well, you've got GM that sometimes doesn't listen to anyone and to listen doesn't sometimes listen to people, and it can be a bad thing in in some circumstances. Like for example, what happened to Goku and Phoenix in the show your face to the clan discussion over there. And I was thinking, well, both parties are having a point, but at the same time, both parties are also going on and just dragging the entire argument and just making a drama out of what. I mean, GM made a joke. Phoenix didn't think it was a joke. Goku agreed that he think it was a joke, and GM was thinking, well, I made a joke. So both parties were like, well, what is this discussion about? It's basically one party is thinking, well, it's a matter of respect, and the other party was thinking, well, it's a matter of joking. And well, the entire argument was pretty much pointless because where did it lead to? It didn't lead to GM apologizing because he didn't really think he had to apologize because he made a joke, and Drummer didn't feel offended. If Drummer did feel offended, however, then of course GM would have apologized, but he didn't apologize because Drummer wasn't offended. Well, things like that, and I think that everyone can agree with me when I say that we have to look at different and we have to look at arguments on a different point of view, and we have to think, well, if someone says something and it's completely different than your opinion or different completely different than your point of view, you can of course share your point of view, but also just leave the case when it's not worth pursuing something, when it's not worth putting your time and effort in trying to change someone's mind. Because people, when you are when someone is in an argument, or just someone has a lot of emotional stress put into it, those people won't change their mind at all if you try to change it. They'll just draw themselves deeper in the argument and just start to agree more with their own opinions instead of listening to someone else. So when someone is disagreeing with you, the best thing you can do is just, okay, well, you disagree with me, I disagree with you. Let's agree to disagree, and then leave it, and then leave the discussion, leave the entire argument, and then well continue. Because when people are on the server, that's the interesting thing. When people are on the server together, there's never an argument going on there. Absolutely never. On TeamSpeak, same thing. I've never had an argument going on TeamSpeak. It's maybe because I haven't been that much that on that much, but a lot of people do just come along when they're in a live feedback. And I think if that say if Phoenix, Goku, and GM would have the same situation on the server, they wouldn't flame each other. They'll just, well, I disagree, and they would agree to disagree, and the entire argument would just well will just fly off, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I can't remember the last time because I think I didn't really have anything to do with anybody. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that counts me as an outcast or just counts me as okay, I'm here, let's do, let's talk, let's make jokes, and that's it.
Well, that's a good thing, I guess, because sometimes it's best to just leave the arguments alone. If everyone would have involved in arguments, then well,
That would be,
that would be very messy.
yeah, that would turn out to be,
So that it's a good thing that not everyone is just drawing each other in arguments.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm the type of guy who just draws himself in arguments because I think, well, I might be able to stop it somehow. I don't know.
And yeah, that reminds me of that moment when you were on TeamSpeak and you started to read in your awesome voice the arguments on a topic.
Yeah,
That was awesome. That I remember as being awesome.
arguments on TeamSpeak with music in the background.
Yes, that was it.
Oh yeah, the sad
Uh,
violin. It's
oh,
every
it breaks my
argument.
mind. It breaks my mind, my soul. Oh my god, that was awesome. Anyway, moving on. um, that this is going to be, I think, and I hope it's going to be quick. Uh, Too long didn't read. Val retired,
Yep.
and he was really the centerpiece of our clan. I mean, I don't know how many peeps in our clan realize what he really did for us, and I don't know why it happened. Even if I think I do, and I think I read what he said correctly. It
Well, basically, what I do understand out of it is that that Val just retired because he was also tired because of all those arguments going on. There were arguments going on with Chrono, and there were arguments going on with Jetta Plus. There were people trolls coming in the server and basically
that's tiring.
well, they would just come in and just lame everyone, and Val had to sleep them, and no one was really giving Val that much of a recognition that
That's right.
that he actually deserved,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
everyone was just used to the fact that Val was active and Val was the backpiece of the entire society, and well, when you don't give someone recognition, it can really work on your self-conscious. It can really work on your self-being in a way that you stop caring about things, or you think, well, every time I put effort into it, no one is really
Yeah, yeah.
they're really recognizing it as well, me helping them. And at the same time, Fall also made a valid point in that he said that well, the entire clan, that security is actually a bullshit thing. And I can agree with that because, well, we are a clan, we are a gaming community, we aren't a bank. We don't keep social security numbers, we don't keep phone numbers, we don't keep real names. Well, some people do, but for me, I don't really like to share my real name on the forum.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
well, things like that. Well, if we would be a bank, then security will be a big issue. But when when you think about it, when we are a gaming clan, so security um, isn't really a valid point to call yourself a
Right.
real someone who would just do something with security. What what does matter, however, is well, stability in the server that doesn't crash, and stability on the forum that doesn't crash. But if someone would just hack into the system and look at everything, then well, it would be annoying to know that someone has hacked into the system, but it wouldn't really be a threat to individual people. It will be a threat to the community if the complete server would be down, but that's a different story. and that's not the point of Val's job. That's, I think, Mora's job and the job of the administrators.
Yeah, well, I recall TGH saying to me once in an episode that it doesn't matter if it's the NSA or Morabis that reads your private chat because it always ends up in the same place.
Yeah,
Either forgotten or if it's something that really would, let's say, threaten with commas, inverted commas around it. If that would be the case, then yeah, okay, we have security again with the inverted commas given. Uh, that shouldn't be the point. That the main thing it should be that everybody should take care of what they do, how they do it, and in a way that doesn't affect anybody else and doesn't even provoke other people into, let's say, downing our forum or our server or things like that.
yeah, that's true also.
Yeah. Well, moving on. God, I'm gonna love saying that. Moving on. Um, it seems that Chrono is the new counselor of recruiting,
Yep,
and congratulations. I think it fits that people that are becoming older and older into the community should be given power, but to a certain limit, to a certain fault. I mean, uh, having the power because, of course, this is a game, and I don't know if some people realize that. And I was talking to Vulcan. It's just a game.
true.
Even if we try to um, give an image of what what a real life community would be like in this game, it doesn't really have to be like that. So that thing with picking and arguments and everything else should be kept to themselves and really shouldn't be things to be done. I mean, you I think you, Vulcan, you would prefer a life without arguments more than a life with drama every single 1 hour you live.
Well, of course, who wouldn't?
So that's the main point of this whole community. We are a community, but let's not make drama out of it.
We
So
can
congrats.
just, yeah, well,
Yeah, well, we can just say it. I sorry to interrupt.
we can just, I think we all have to just agree that this is a gaming community with also a dying game. So we all have to do our best to just enjoy it as long as we can, and enjoy it as long as the community is active. And if we would put effort in making drama, or we would actively disagree with people, then everyone is just forgetting. Even me, sometimes I can forget it also, that we are forgetting the point about why we are all here. We are all here because we love Jedi Academy, and we all like to play together. So if we would fight each other, then we're missing the point of the entire community and
Yeah.
why the community
Yes.
has
Yes.
grown.
Well, I personally think that this game is not dying as long as you yourself are doing something for it, and
Yeah,
uh,
it's true. But if you look at it, we're playing a game with about 250 active players around, well, every day, and I think most players come from Eastern Europe. And well, if you would count everything together, it will be around 300 to 500, or maybe a little bit more, I'd say 600 active players every day. So it's pretty, if you compare this to a game like Battlefield or a game like Minecraft, well, this is just one of the tiniest games out there. And there are some games that are considered small, but there still has about 2,000 or more players. So in comparison with all the other games that are out there, Jedi Academy is as now one of the smallest bases that there is. For example, a guy like Ruxith. Most people know Ruxith even from Java. If you go to Java and you ask about him, well, Ruxith has obviously been in Java, but also if you go to a place like the JK Hub and ask about Ruxith, and he's active on there as well, most people know about Ruxith. And I think if you ask people about Angel Mother or you ask someone about Mini Logo Guy, um, they are known as well because they are active for that long. And the nice thing about that is that everybody knows everybody. If you go on a random server and shout some random name, there's a big chance that those people know about them.
Yeah.
And well, I think that's pretty nice to see that the entire community is actually pretty small and it has a pretty small fan base, but at the same time it makes the entire community tight as well
Yeah. It's
because
good.
everybody is together in the same thing.
It's better to be smaller and united than bigger and divided.
True.
Yeah.
That rhymes as well.
Oh my god, I didn't realize. um, um,
But we weren't talking about Chrono. Do you still want to know my opinion about that?
no, no.
Because it's very interesting, really. Because I changed my mind. That's the interesting part.
Well, I can say that I changed my mind too, but I wouldn't say how I did that. But yeah, all in all, Chrono is doing a good job, and
True.
that's the only thing that should matter. Not that he has powers. What powers? Do you have real life powers? No.
Uh,
Okay,
Powers.
powers. And yeah,
Made up word. Fake word.
um,
You don't have any power.
you don't have any power
You've
here.
got permission. That's a different story.
Yeah. Well, those were the main topics. So, um, just to say that, so other people would realize that this is thought of just not just talked about spontaneously. We have few. How should we call them? Few.
Mini topics.
Many topics, yeah, and called juicy topics. Yeah, juicy topics. That's how I would call them. And that is, and these are, my English still sucks. That we have a TeamSpeak server. Oh my god! Oh my god! That's awesome. We have a TeamSpeak server, and one that helps bonding with each other, and two that helps killing each other with laughter. I mean, I remember it was yesterday or the day before, was it? I almost killed Vios with laughter on TeamSpeak, and I told him that that's the way you feel when you come on TeamSpeak. That's the way should be. Everybody should be happy, laugh, and other things like that, and start doing, I don't know, funny things and blah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I think if people are listening to this and didn't have the time to join the TeamSpeak server, I'd say come in, do join when there are a lot of people on, or when people are asking about coming to TeamSpeak server, because well, most of the time it's a really fun party, and you can also practice your English a little bit. You become better at the pronunciation words and stuff, and then of course, well, it's easy as well. You can just run around on the map, and you can just, well, you don't even have to type anymore. So
Yeah, yeah.
you can be lazy and just use your tongue instead of typing on your keyboard, stopping when shit.
That's
So
not necessarily lazy, you know. I mean, I know some people that prefer typing uh, 200 pages to speaking. So it's
yeah, that's
it's
true.
it's everybody's choice in at the end of the day. And if you are able to come to our TeamSpeak server when a lot of people are on, and if I am there, you will notice the new lifestyle called Mush Mush. It's basically Mush Mush, and that's all you need to know.
Okay.
It's an ocean invented by Hawk, and he just started to say Mush Mush, and it sounded so awesome that everybody else picked it up, and uh, whenever I am on, be it the server or the TeamSpeak server, everybody says at least once while I'm there, Mush Mush. And we even thought of making a song with Mush Mush. So be sure to check our TeamSpeak server. And as a final note, I'd like everybody to know that I will keep making episodes on a regular basis, and I will spontaneously ask for help from you, the community. If you don't believe me, don't believe me. But I will ask for help for episodes, and I will ask for ideas and all that sort of thing because after being 50-50 active, I think that this project, this Elite Radio project that was started 1 year ago, oh my god, you wouldn't believe it, uh, is worth doing. And by realizing that, I think that um, we will use Elite Radio as a way of informing and communicating, not uh, not real life communicating. I mean, just doing shit. Yeah, that's what came. So we will do shit.
All right.
Awkward. Anyway, it has been me, Mushu, of course. I mean, of course. Yeah. And Vulcan, the magic dragon.
Rawr.
Roar. We wish you a Merry Christmas, even if it's March,
Happy New Year,
and
lol.
Happy New Year and all, yeah. And be sure to ask permission to the new PD for laming, and because that's what's going to happen these days. We're gonna have a new PD. Ask permission to lame Mush Mush, and they will tell you that it is allowed. Cheers, everybody!